to speak, because people from Goa who are giving money so wholeheartedly, generously, they should know that their money is going to the right place.
Right.
And fortunately, we have been dealing with, the organizations which have credibility. Now in Manipur, it is the Archdiocese of Manipur. There are institutions which are Catholic schools. Okay, so they have the students, their roll call, everything is there. We have asked the church, you tell us which students need to be this thing. They sort out the students from the camp, and whichever camp is closer to those schools, they have attached them to those particular institutes, because there is a huge of people over there in this thing. I mean, it's too intricate, too complicated, and I don't know what's going to happen. But at least we need to be transparent. So, and people need, it's only then that people will have faith in us and say, yes, we have, where our money is going.
Absolutely.
So that's why we upload everything, even when we have taken dry ration.
Right. Today we have come to meet to a very well-known figure, very respected, and Sir Bosco George, IPS. Today we come to understand how is his life coming to. Sir, has the retirement really sunk in yet, or because you seem to be very busy?
Well, I was prepared that I'm going to retire, and so the earlier you get into accept that you're going to retire, I think it's fine. There is no this thing about it. But yes, you cannot just retire and sit down idle. You have to do something.
Right.
So, and what better thing, the options are there that, you get a post-employment with the government or something of that sort. Well, I said no.
Okay.
It was, although there was a proposal, and maybe I would have continued as IG Prisons, which I thought was a new line, because it was something we were always on the other side of this thing fence. So at least when I started, I found that maybe I could. Anyway, it did not work out. That's a different matter.
All right.
But then afterwards, while in service, I was with, you see so many challenges as a police officer. And one of the challenges is people on the streets. What do you do? Where do you house them and all? And it used to always stress me out as to what to be done. How much can the government do? What is the government in this thing? I mean, there is a responsibility. All that is done.
Absolutely.
But how do you work it out? Fortunately, I got to know Donald Fernandez of Street Providence. And for me, I was really taken up. So at that point of time, maybe 4 years back only, I told him, the day I retire, I said, I'll be your volunteer.
Wow.
And I found, because I think it gives you great satisfaction that, not that I'm the person who will go and pick up the person on the street, but it is something that we can do we can be of some help. And maybe it does help as an ex-IPS officer to network with certain government departments, to speak to certain people. So yes, in that way.
So the whole team actually makes up to what Street Providence is right now, with all the help that people like you, with the kind of connects and the things that to help Street Providence to move forward. But why Street Providence? How did it really? Because there are a lot of other things also. Because in your line perspective, in your line of business, that was, if I may say, it was more of crime, and it was more of keeping the safety of the people at the. But this is something which is more of a very caring and very delicate nature.
See, what happens is, for rest of the thing, the enforcement agency is there.
Yes.
Okay. But the less fortunate, there is nothing. I mean, there's something called Social Welfare Department, but I think it's a Herculean task for them to really sit down and take up that responsibility. Society has to come in, NGO has to volunteer, someone has to raise funds. How do you do it? And the main thing is, for me, it was like, the integrity of the staff of Street Providence, which I saw. I mean, whatever in 2017, working hard, putting up there, this thing. Sometimes you open an NGO and you say, with good intentions, but then the temptations come in,
Yes.
and then it goes haywire. But I've seen this organization, and I think the people are still the same. So that is very inspiring to me.
Let's understand what's the attitude of Donald Fernandez, because he's, though being a center of Street Providence, there are a lot of people involved. But how is he as a person with reference to this NGO?
You see, Donald as a person, I will say he's a sincere person. He may be brash.
Yeah.
He may not. I mean, he has a certain attitude, and people will always come and tell me, that what does he think of himself? But keep that aside, I say. I'm not trying to defend him on all he's this.
Yes.
Keep that aside, I say. Look at his work.
Right.
Look at the people. Go to those shelter homes. See how the people are treated. It's a Herculean. I mean, the cleanliness, the hygiene. That's important. I mean, the money that he received goes in the right places.
Right.
Yeah. But I don't think he has the diplomacy to present a very.
Right, that's something you can learn at least from this radio. But looking at the situation right now in Goa, there are many people who are homeless.
Yeah.
Many people require, kind of assistance they cannot handle by themselves. They need psychiatric care.
Mm-hmm.
They need physical treatment. What do you think government should do in actually strengthening their own bodies to handle such kind of volumes?
Naresh, what you are saying absolutely. I mean, the departments which are at the disposal of the government, the intentions are good. Somehow there is not only this thing, but somehow there is always a gap between what are your intentions and the implementation. I don't know why. I mean, I wouldn't want to say why. They know. The government knows why there is a gap. Why there? I mean, we need to,
Is it that they're missing the right people at the right post?
Could be. There could be, and maybe at times the priorities also keep changing.
Right.
Suddenly there is the government comes with the central government may come with a scheme. The government, the state,
The whole focus goes on there.
and the local government may not be geared up to take up those
Right,
schemes.
right.
So how do you do it? I mean, it's not this thing like. To give a simple example, to look after a disabled person,
Yes.
mentally challenged and all those things, what is being paid by the government is pittance. But even that also, I mean, they had some problems in the past.
Right.
Fortunately, it has got sorted out. I mean, there is this thing, that yes, intentions are there and everything, but somehow maybe the main thing is generally finance. Where do we need to finance our things? Right. Every department is demanding more money, whether it is the government implementation, the PWD, whether it is the police department. For me, from the police department, even I say, okay, we need to be doing this, that, but something is missing.
Right, so I'll not dig in much on the government part of you, because you've been at least we have known you've been a very sincere officer. But when you see kind of corruptions that is happening, but where the money could have gone to the right places,
yes.
Right? Do you think you'd represent Street Providence with the government to make sure that the funds that is really required to go to here and there needs to be at least in the area that you are now focused your life into?
See, in that way, Naresh, because NGOs have somehow they themselves are a question mark. There is so much of this thing, government funds are going, but then again, the implementation.
Implementation.
So the first thing is we need to be transparent. That was what this thing with Donald that we discussed. Right. You see, now we are collecting money for Manipur.
Right.
Now, how you take money, and then after people will definitely ask, where has that gone? So what do we try to be transparent. We say these are the students who require fees. You pay directly to the institution. Wow. Don't give it to us. We are not. Only thing we will maintain the record that who are the students. You will also able to interact with the school institution. And fortunately, we have been dealing with the organizations which have credibility. Now in Manipur, it is the Archdiocese of Manipur. There are institutions which are Catholic schools. Okay, so they have the students, their roll call, everything is there. We have asked the church, you tell us which students need to be this thing. After they sort out the students from the camp, and whichever camp is closer to those schools, they have attached them to those particular institutes, because there is a huge of people over there in this thing. I mean, it's too intricate, too complicated, and I don't know what's going to happen.
So,
but at least we need to be transparent.
Absolutely.
So, and people need. It's only then that people will have faith in us and say, yes, we have means where our money is going.
Absolutely.
So that's why we upload everything, even when we have taken dry ration.
Right.
These are the camps. You can see who are the volunteers of those camps. We tell them, you speak, because people from Goa who are giving money so wholeheartedly, generously, they should know that their money is going to the right place.
Right.
Even when we travel, at the most the Street Providence may pay my ticket, but then after the rest, like we go to the minimum. Yeah, we stay with the church, we stay with this thing. They help us. They don't charge us for accommodation. The food that they charge, they simple food. We try to avoid.
Which you have been becoming more humble, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very humbling experience to see, and then you realize that we complain, this is not correct, the roads are not this, and when you go over huge gaps.
If I may ask, there might be some people who will be asking, why Street Providence need to go outside Goa? I mean, there is so much yet to be done in Goa.
Now let's put it over there. Compared to those states, Manipur is whether it is Manipur, Jharkhand, even over there, there's no there's no government department.
Nobody's reaching there.
Nobody's reaching there. What do you do? I mean, they are even, it is not, again, like I said, we have gone with the church, this thing.
Right.
In Jharkhand, if you go to, I have not been there, I've been to Jharkhand, Ranchi, but then after to Daltonganj, another Goan bishop is there. He has told us that, see, these are my schools.
So they invite
They are. So we have tried to we are like a bridge.
Right.
Okay, the funds which we get, even over here. Now here we have got 180 people disabled. Most of them, or mental disability. Most of them are Goans, and families have abandoned them. And now look at this. We have not said no to anybody.
Right.
We have helped them. Fortunately, again, those homes, shelter homes that we have got, have been given by the church.
Right.
Or the congregations, the sisters, this thing. We pay them rent. We are not taking them even free. Because see, finally, it is not, but they are understanding in this, and they don't hike the rents to that extent. It's not acceptable. And then after we try. So whatever funds are there, it is done, it is generated. And there is a world beyond Goa. We have to see that. And it is much, much, much more challenging than what is here in Goa.
I'll take it in now in a lighter mode.
Yeah.
Because you have now retired from your daily work, but you are still now getting yourself busy with other stuff.
Yeah.
What is your wife's reaction on that?
Well, she's still working, so far she's okay. Maybe once she retires,
I understand she's working in Green Rosary.
Yeah, she teaches in the Our Lady of the Rosary High Secondary.
She's busy, you're okay.
Yeah.
All right, great. Thank you so much, sir,
thank
to
you.
meeting us and sharing your thoughts.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Naresh.